All right, folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we took the Radrover 6 Plus out on a longer ride, roughly about 5 miles up and down terrain. Did that deliberately to test the motor, the brakes, see what kind of top speed we had, and so we had a good ride doing that. I've condensed this video down so you don't get the whole ride, but you get to see the highlights of it. So let's start off with the bad news. The bad news is one of the reasons I bought this bike was because it had a 750 watt motor, which implied it would be stronger, better, or however you want to phrase that, than the current 500 watt motor on the electric XP20. Folks, not the case overall. This Radrover 6 Plus is a dog on hills. It does not go. And that's, I hate to be non-complimentary about my favorite species, and use them, but the fact is, on hills, this 750 watt motor is a dog. It does not perform well. Cannot recommend the motor. How do I know that? After I got back and I was shaking my head, I said, I'm taking my electric XP20 out and run the same route and see what happens. It was day and night, folks. So I'm not sure what's going on with the motor. I am going to make a complaint and an inquiry with Radrover or Rad Bikes and see what they say. We'll take it from there. But right now, bike to bike, the electric XP20 wins. Okay, let's talk about the good news about the bike. The bike is similar to a motorcycle in that it really handles and maneuvers well. It really is more comfortable. The tires are larger and give you a much better feel, much better maneuverability, faster on curbs. Really love that aspect about the bike. So in terms of maneuverability, comfort, tight turn capability, the bike wins hands down. It's a great bike in that respect. So very happy in that regard. I don't want to sound like I'm beating this bike up, but I guess I am a little bit. Another item on the bike that needs some adjustment for sure is the powertrain. Shifting on it is not as smooth as the 7-speed on the electric XP20, especially when you downshift. I'm noticing some clunking going on there. So I imagine that's just an adjustment that needs to happen. I'll look into that. Maybe I can get that done myself. Maybe I'll have to take the old bike to the bike shop and let them have a crack at it. But that's sort of a disappointment considering the electric bike is $1,000 less and came from electric with a fully functional and adjusted powertrain. Now you can notice here how well this bike is taking these curbs. I did have it in PAS4. I was running it what I would call wide open for me, and you just lean into the curb just like you would a motorcycle, and it is doing fantastic there. That is the fun part of the bike in terms of driving. The other thing too I would note is on straightaways where it's flat, the motor seems to catch up and boost you along very nicely. So she's got plenty of spark when it's flat. It's no problem there, but she's well behaved in the curbs and really like that aspect of it. I guess it's kind of a counter to the disappointment I had in climbing the hills. Let me comment about open roads. The road that you see in front of you now that I'm hopping on is much more well-traveled. Has a lot of traffic on it. And I'm less hesitant to get on that road with this bike as long as it doesn't have big, tall hills on it. The bike floats along nicely, and it's much bigger. I think I can be seen easier. One of the reasons I picked out the color of white, so it would stand out a little bit more. So I feel more comfortable on a road with traffic now, and I'll probably take this bike further afield, especially if I can get this 750 watt and motor issue resolved. So we'll see what happens in that regard. Let me follow up on the two little mini mods that I've done on the bike so far. One, the mirror. The mirror, it's highly recommended. Bought it off of Amazon. I've got a link in one of my other videos. If you need that link, just shoot me a message. I'll send it your way. It works great as it does on the electric bike, so I've been really satisfied with it. So that was a great instant safety addition. The other is the Cloud 9 seat. For some reason, when I was on the electric bike with it, I wasn't happy with it. It seemed to be squeaking and squawking and making all sorts of weird noises. It has not done that, so I think it's the post that it's sitting on now on this bike, and it is very comfortable and a pleasure to use. So highly recommend that Cloud 9 seat. It has performed perfectly on this bike. It may be a tad bit heavier, but it's well worth it in terms of trade-off for comfort. Just don't want to be miserable while I'm driving around. So both those items, strongly recommend. Well, that's about it for this video. Just wanted to give you some instant feedback on the bike. We're going to talk to Rad Bikes and see what they say about the motor, and if there's anything I need to do to adjust it or take another look at it in some way. We'll let you know what they say. In the meantime, thanks for joining us. Have a great one.